our worth is often tied to these tangible results. What if we focused on simplicity? Just go and appreciate what you have. Hello everyone, and welcome to my little series on here called Whimsy Wisdom, which is basically just me talking about certain topics and things in the world that I think should be more talked about, and kind of bringing my own unique, whimsical for sure, perspective on certain topics, and really getting your brain thinking about certain things and different perspectives and how we can approach different things. So yeah, and today's topic I want to talk about for the first episode of this is presence and what it truly means to be present. What is presence, and why are we lacking so much presence? Like, we haven't felt as present as we did in the past in a while. So to start, I wanted to kind of talk about this quote by Alan Watts. And he said, "Stop measuring days by degree of productivity and start experiencing them by degree of presence." Now, I think in contemporary society, there exists an almost obsessive emphasis on productivity, and it focuses so much on checking things off your to-do lists, what tasks have been achieved and when your next goal is going to be reached or when you're going to hit a new milestone. And I think we're all way too focused on the tangible results we get from things. And yeah, our worth is often tied to these tangible results, whether it's how many followers we have on a certain platform, or how much money we got paid, or how many people complimented us this day, or how many people are cheering us on. It's very focused on external validation. And now, when we're so focused on these aspects, it often causes us to feel really lost when we're not striving for the next best thing, because all we know is what we're working towards, We're all very focused on, okay, I need to have a purpose, and that purpose has to be reaching for the next big thing in my life, whether that's a new job or getting a promotion, a new follower count, etc., like I just said. But what if we focused on simplicity? What if our next best thing could be filling up a notebook, or creating artwork, or having a good conversation with others, or finishing a book? Simple things like this. What happened to simplicity? I don't know. It's so capitalist, and we're so focused on consumption over creativity. And now, kind of relating to this in terms of social media, I want you to think back about all the vlogs you've watched on YouTube, or maybe on TikTok or Instagram, and what do you think of immediately? Because I know for me, I think of productivity. I think of the vlogs that have the thumbnails and it's like, spend a productive day with me, or waking up at 5 a.m. every day for a week, or what I do before my 9 to 5, my 5 to 9 before my 9 to 5, or my 5 to 10 after my 9 to 5. It's so focused on spending every single hour of the day doing something, you know? And I feel like that's all I see. I never see vlogs that are like, spend a nice slow day with me. Spend a present day with me. I think you'll see so much more in the world if you just focus on your surroundings. If you go out for a walk and you listen to what you hear, you see, what you feel the wind in your hair. And I feel like when you focus so much on being present, it just brings you so much gratitude and appreciation for your life that, when we're consuming other people's lives, we're just focused on what they have that we don't. Where we have so much, just being able to sleep in a bed, or have a roof over our heads, or have so many books on our bookshelves, so much education. We have the internet right at our fingertips. we need to really take more appreciation for those little things rather than constantly striving for when can I buy the next best pair of shoes, or when can I do this and when can I travel. Of course, all these things will come and people work very hard for them, but if you just take a moment to step back and really focus on being present and focusing on what you have, then that will bring us so much more awareness and so much more gratitude. And I think what truly matters in this world is cultivating a deeper connection with the present moment. And I think that presence is more than just a physical attendance. It's savoring every moment. It's a state of heightened awareness and appreciation for your surroundings, you know? And it's immersing ourselves in the unfolding of each moment. And I think if we focus on those aspects, then that will truly bring us back to ourselves. I feel like a lot of us nowadays feel very lost in this society because there's just so many different trends, there's so many different things, you know. But if we take all that away, where are we, you know? So I feel like in amongst the midst of society, people, capitalism, everything that's going on, if we truly focus on the physical moment, then that will make us feel like a human being again. Because us humans, we are made with so much sensuality, you know. We have all these different senses, and if we're constantly overstimulating them 24 hours a day, then we're not going to feel like ourselves, you know. Our bodies were meant to focus on one thing at a time. They were meant to, you know, see one thing and then hear another thing, and basically just focus on the senses one at a time. And if we're constantly, it's like we're blocking ourselves. We're constantly having something ringing in our ears. We're constantly looking at different things. It's so overstimulating for our nervous system, and that just makes us feel so all over the place and so lost from ourselves. So I think if you truly focus on your surroundings and being present, then I think as a society and as a community, we'll all truly come back to ourselves. So I suggest you go make a nice cup of whatever you like, whether it's tea or coffee or maybe some juice, and drink it in silence. Maybe go eat your breakfast in silence and really focus on how it tastes and how it feels and how your body feels, and focus on your surroundings. List what you can see, you know, whether you're looking out a beautiful window or you're looking at a plain wall. Just appreciate it. Just go and appreciate what you have, and I promise you'll feel a million times better.